So greetings to everyone. So last class we have discussed about the atomic structure, that is introduction to the atomic structure. Now we are going to atomic orbitals. So atomic orbitals, the energy levels about the nucleus contains group of these atomic orbitals, that is sp, d, f. Each orbital is named as s, p, d and f. So you can see the shapes of these orbitals and how they are represented. That is, for any atom there is only one s orbital. The one represents the fact that the orbital is in energy level closest to the nucleus. So the s refers to the shape of the orbital, that is, it is spherically symmetrical. Then 2s orbital is somewhat farther from 1s. Okay. So similarly, you can see here the shapes of d orbitals, p orbitals, sorry. So the three p orbitals in the second shell of electrons are totally different from 1s and 2s orbitals. So each p orbital consists of a dumbbell shape or teardrop shape on either side of the nodal plane that runs through the center of the nucleus. So you can see here the dumbbell shape, that is px, py, and then pz. So there are three p orbitals, that is px, py, and pz. Then you have d orbitals, that is dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square y square, and dz square. And then you have these f orbitals. Then coming to the molecular orbital. So bonding between atoms occurs when they come in close enough proximity for their orbitals to overlap. So if they come closer, then only they can overlap and form orbitals. So a pair of electrons encompassing two or more nuclei is said to occupy a molecular orbital. So as with atomic orbitals, a molecular orbital may not contain more than two electrons. So it represents the lower energy state for the system than do two separate atomic orbitals with a characteristic internuclear distance. So energy is liberated during the overlap and a stable covalent bond is formed. So you can see here. Okay, so 1s and 1s orbitals are combined to form subtraction and addition. So if there is subtraction, then you are getting these two. That is, you are getting anti-bonding, non-bonding, and then if it is addition, then you are getting the bonding molecular orbital. That is sigma. So an out-of-phase overlap forms an anti-bonding molecular orbital, and in-phase overlap causes bonding molecular orbital. So bonding molecular orbital always have lower energy than the energies of the combining atomic orbitals, and the more stable the molecule or ion becomes. Antibonding molecular orbital always has a higher energy than the energies of the two separate atomic orbitals, leading to the repulsion between the two atoms, and less stable the molecule or ion becomes. So in bonding molecular orbital, the electron density is high. Okay, whereas it stabilizes the arrangement by attracting both the nuclei. Okay. So these are the examples. 1s and 1s forming sigma bond, then 1p forming p sigma px bs sigma molecular orbital. That is head-on overlap or direct overlap. Then you can see here formation of bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital. Then coming to molecular orbital theory. So initially it was developed by Robert S. Millikan. So bonding between the atoms is described here, and it allows us to predict the distribution of the electrons. So LCAO will take up it next class. Thank you.